Has Chase Chrisley blatantly disrespected his sister? Savannah Chrisley's parenting job. She has been raising her two youngest siblings, Chloe and Grayson, since their parents went to jail in January 2023. So, what is Chase saying that is a jab at his sister? Keep reading for more details. For years, Savannah and Chase Chrisley were immensely close. They starred on Growing Up Chrisley together and would travel all over, having the best time. Even after their parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, went to jail, they supported each other to no end. They even worked in real estate together, but it seemed that they had a falling out. Chase did not attend the family's 2024 holiday trip, and fans wondered what went wrong. He was getting into trouble and even landed in the hospital, but is now living a sober life. Chase is happy with his girlfriend, and it appears that the family feud is over. However, Chase may have just reignited it with a social media Mother's Day posting. He celebrated his mother, Julie, and his two grandmothers, one being Nanny Faye. Chase and Nanny Faye are known for getting into trouble, and fans think that they should have their own show. Unfortunately, Chase left Savannah out of his mother tribute. It is unclear if that was intentional, but it was definitely a slight given that she prides herself on being an amazing mom. She just took Chloe to Target for hair products, but fans bashed her for not catering to her sister's specific needs. For Chase Chrisley and his Mother's Day tribute, it seemed he was talking to the women who shaped him as a man. Since Savannah never raised him, it makes sense that she was not included. However, he could have given her a shout-out just for taking on the responsibility of a mom. Rather, it feels like he was not acknowledging what she had done or thinks she has done with the kids. After seeing Chase Chrisley's beautiful and sweet tribute, fans could not help but note how much they missed the family. They have not had their television show, Chrisley Knows Best, since shortly after Todd and Julie headed to jail. Fans loved seeing Chase and Nanny Faye, as well as Julie Chrisley, beaming and smiling. However, one fan stated that Chase should have acknowledged Savannah, yet most followers wanted to send love to Julie and the other ladies in Chase's life. Do you think that Chase Chrisley should have put Savannah in his college, or do you understand why he left her out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Amanda has been a professional freelance writer for over a decade, holding both a BA and an MA. Her passions include animals, iced coffee, gnomes, summer, music, and Vanderpump Rules. When it comes to reality TV families, few are as captivating, chaotic, and controversy-prone as the Chrisleys. Known for their glamorous Southern lifestyle and irreverent humor, the Chrisleys have entertained audiences for years with their hit show Chrisley Knows Best. But recent off-camera tensions have begun to eclipse the playful banter fans once adored, especially when it comes to the friction between siblings Chase and Savannah Chrisley. In a turn that has stunned fans and insiders alike, Chase Chrisley has come under fire for what many are calling blatant and repeated disrespect toward his sister Savannah's attempts at parenting. The tension, long simmering beneath the surface, has now bubbled over, revealing cracks in the family's carefully crafted image. The shift in family dynamics ever since Todd and Julie Chrisley began serving their respective prison sentences for tax evasion and fraud. The Chrisley family structure has shifted dramatically. With the patriarch and matriarch no longer present to mediate or manage the household, responsibility fell unexpectedly and heavily onto 26-year-old Savannah. Overnight, she went from influencer and fashion entrepreneur to legal guardian of her younger brother, Grayson, and niece, Chloe. Savannah, for her part, has embraced the role with poise and public grace. On her podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, she's been candid about the emotional weight of stepping into a parental role. "I didn't ask for this," she once admitted, "but I'm going to show up every single day for these kids because that's what my parents would want." But while Savannah has risen to the occasion, Chase seems to be doing just the opposite. A pattern of disrespect. Sources close to the family say that Chase, 28, has repeatedly undermined Savannah's parenting decisions, both in private and in public. Whether it's skipping out on planned family events or speaking dismissively about Savannah's rules for the kids, his behavior has reportedly created serious tension in the Chrisley household. Chase doesn't take her seriously, said one insider. He acts like she's just playing house, like she's pretending to be mom. It's incredibly hurtful, considering how much Savannah has sacrificed. The most glaring instance came during a now infamous episode as a guest. The conversation, meant to be a lighthearted sibling catch-up, quickly derailed into a passive-aggressive verbal duel. When Savannah brought up Chloe's bedtime routine, Chase interrupted with a smirk. "Oh, come on. She's a kid, not a prisoner. Let her live." Savannah, visibly irritated, replied, "It's called structure, Chase. Something we actually need right now." But her brother waved it off with a laugh, saying, "You sound like mom already. Chill out." The exchange went viral, partly because it was shockingly candid, and partly because it confirmed what many fans had suspected for months. Chase isn't on board with Savannah's authority. Family first, but on whose terms? To be fair, Chase has never exactly been the voice of reason in the Chrisley clan. His charming but impulsive nature made him a fan favorite on the show, but also the subject of many parental interventions. Todd often joked that Chase would lose his head if it wasn't attached. And that sentiment seems to carry over into his adult life. Yet, in the wake of their parents' incarceration, viewers hoped Chase might mature into a more responsible, supportive role. Instead, his actions have painted a different picture, one that suggests he's still more interested in maintaining his bachelor lifestyle than stepping up for his family. "He pops in when it's convenient," said a family friend. "He'll post a photo with Chloe on Instagram, make it look like he's Uncle of the Year, and then ghost for days. Meanwhile, Savannah's the one doing the school runs, the meal preps, the therapy appointments. And Chase, he's planning a weekend in Miami." This divide has made Savannah's already difficult role even more isolating. In a recent emotional monologue on her podcast, she hinted at the loneliness and lack of support she feels within her own family. "I wish people saw what happens when the cameras are off," she said tearfully. "I wish they saw who shows up and who doesn't. It's easy to say family first when it's a hashtag. It's harder to actually live it." Social media. A battleground for sibling rivalry. If Chase's offhand remarks on the podcast were subtle jabs, his behavior on social media has been more like outright punches. In one particularly controversial Instagram story, Chase posted a video of Chloe staying up past midnight, eating candy and dancing in the living room. "This is how we do it when Auntie's not around." He captioned the clip with laughing emojis. Fans were quick to call them out for undermining Savannah's parenting. Comments flooded the post, "Disrespectful to your sister. Way to sabotage routine and grow up, Chase." The backlash was swift, and Chase deleted the video within hours. But the damage was done. It was a public example of him disregarding Savannah's hard-won structure for the kids and treating it as a joke. Savannah, in turn, took a more measured approach. She didn't respond directly, but posted a quote to her Instagram story the following day. "Respect isn't given based on age or title. It's given based on actions." Her followers knew exactly what she meant. Behind the headlines and hashtags is a young woman trying to hold a family together while grieving the loss of her parents' presence. And at the center of her struggle is a brother who seems more focused on undermining than uplifting. "Chase loves his family," said a source close to him. "But he's not handling the changes well. He sees Savannah stepping into the head of household role, and it makes him defensive. It's like he feels replaced, or like his voice doesn't matter anymore." That may explain some of the animosity, but it doesn't excuse it. Psychologists call this sibling regression, where one sibling resents another's rise to authority within the family hierarchy. The dynamics can be especially intense when traditional gender roles are inverted or challenged. Whatever the cause, the result is clear. Savannah is exhausted. In her own words, she's doing her best, not just to survive, but to keep everyone else afloat. And Chase's behavior isn't making that any easier. A chance for redemption still, not all hope is lost. Insiders say there's been a recent push, led by family friends and close confidants, to help mend the rift. They've both been encouraged to go to therapy, said one source. Separately and together. They need to talk through their roles, their grief, and their expectations. Fans, too, are hoping for a reconciliation. The Chrisleys have always been known for their resilience, and many believe Chase has it in him to rise to the occasion, if he's willing to put ego aside and recognize Savannah's efforts. As one fan commented on Reddit, Savannah didn't sign up for this. She's doing the work of 3 people. The least Chase could do is support her instead of tearing her down. Families evolve. Roles change. But respect, especially between siblings, should be a constant. Whether Chase Chrisley can learn that lesson remains to be seen.